if your life is as miserable as mine, just go ahead and follow the UFC, follow MMA. I mean, there's nothing more captivating and entertaining than this sport. Goddamn, this shit is too good. This shit is too good. Last night I was with a good friend of mine and we were watching. And actually, this friend of mine, he's not a big UFC guy. He doesn't really watch the UFC as much. And now that he's hanging around with me, I'm kind of putting him on that sport. And you can see even from people that don't really watch it, it is just as entertaining. It is just as captivating. And as soon as you get hooked on it, you're like, it's like the healthiest drug on earth. You know what I mean? It doesn't fuck up your body, but god damn, it gives you the craziest of highs. I didn't sleep until 6 a.m. last night. Oh, and by the way, I have one last thing I have to show you before we get into this stuff. Yes, sir. We hit 100K a few months ago on the main channel. And I wanted to unbox this with you guys. Well, actually, it's actually already unboxed. You already know what this is, but I did want to come on here and just give you all a big thank you and show my appreciation. So this is actually my second one. If y'all didn't know, I had a second channel called Nothing But Amazing. Actually, it was my first channel. This is the second channel that I ever create. This was my first one with I was doing like NBA videos. Y'all can even go look it up if you want. I was doing like these mini movies and stuff like that. It was fun. That's where I learned how to edit. And when I, caught on to the UFC and MMA world, I thought there was more stuff to talk about. There was more creative storyline to discuss, and it was just more of an entertaining sport in my opinion. But regardless, a big thank you to all 100,000 people that subscribe to the main channel, and a big, even crazier shout out to you guys that are watching the second channel. Because I know there's not a ton of you guys on here. So, hey, respect to everybody. Now, let's get on to the juice of things. Last night, before I went to sleep, I had texted my script maker, the guy that works with me, to make script for the main channel. And I was like, if you're feeling creative and if, you're feeling down to it, I think it would be fun to make something about Leon's story. And I'm going to try to make some singular segments on the main channel as well for videos, and not just like 4 guys or 4 instances of this happening. So there's going to be a cool video coming out in the next few days about Leon stories, and then we're relating it to the Rocky movie. So it's going to be fun. It just kind of made me also want to talk about it even further here on the second channel, where I kind of just discuss my raw emotions and feeling towards it. It was crazy. It was a fantastic night of fighting. The 3 fights, other than, the Aldo fights, was kind of weird. Even the Rockhold fights was kind of weird, to be honest. It feels like really the altitude affected these guys a lot with cardio, with and endurance and stuff like that. They weren't, I don't know, it feels like they weren't as able to go as long. Aldo always had trouble with his stamina, but it seemed like that particular fight he couldn't do anything. So that was that. The co-main event was an absolute war. It was funny to see Rockhold just screaming "fuck you" and then throwing these big overhand left and landing on Costa. It was a war. It was fun. It was entertaining. And then the main event, it's funny because, goddamn, guys, if you don't know, now you know. All right, I don't even have to put it on the screen because I don't even do no editing on this shit. But you already know who and what I predicted for UFC 277. I should have done a UFC 278 full prediction as well, but I felt lazy. It was last minute thing. And in the deeper dive on the main channel, let me pull it up so y'all can hear exactly what I said. Welcome to the fighting business. UFC 278 has fireworks written all over it. I'm calling it now. Bet the underdog. I kind of have to be that guy that like reminds you like, yo, I predicted all. I had if you don't follow me on Instagram, we've created the fighting biz on Instagram. So we do kind of these reels, and I did like a little small compilation of this 277 prediction, and I had every one of them predicted. And then who predicted that Leon Edwards was gonna win? Nobody. Most people were all for Usman, and I had a feeling. I don't know why I had a feeling Usman was getting old, although that fight was not a show of like a guy out of his prime or anything like that. He was dominating most of the fight. But I just had a feeling. I had a feeling that it was time for a new champion. It was not... George St. Pierre, still the greatest welterweight of all time, still the greatest fighter of all time. It's just, it is what it is. And I had a feeling. I said in the deeper dive, bet the underdog. That's what I said. That's what I felt like. And that's what happened. And last night when I was watching the fight, I saw the first round. I was like, damn, this is going so well. And then you saw as the round went by, Leon Edwards kind of fading. He was slowing down, getting tired. Yeah, at some point we were like cooking wings, and like I was like, in each round I was leaving and then coming back to like make sure that, let's say, the wings were ready or stuff like that. But at the end of the fourth round, I kind of like zoned out of the fight. I was like, all right, this is another dominating performance by Usman. And I was kind of like swaying because my boy was like, no, Usman is way better. Usman is way better. And I was like, nah, Edwards is going to win this. Edwards is going to win this. And then at the end of the fourth, I'm like, damn, maybe my predictions are wrong for once. You know, I have it wrong. But what can I say? We were watching the fifth round, and then it was coming down to an end. And then commentators were all saying, well, you know, he tried. He's going to try to survive and have a, what did they say? They said a mental victory by going to a decision, not getting finished, and blah, blah, blah. And then out of nowhere, I didn't even see the kick live. Just saw Usman out. I'm like, this is not real. Like, we had never seen Usman in a situation like this, in a position like this before. And you know, when Masvidal got knocked out, he never got knocked out before, but he got knocked down. He had been, you know, beaten before. He had taken punches before. And when he was fighting Usman, you kind of expected something like this. Maybe not him getting knocked out cold like that, but it was kind of like not the biggest surprise. He was already a big underdog. In this situation, I don't know what the lines were at the end of the fourth round, early, like at the end of the fifth round, actually. There was a minute left. There was 58 seconds left. I don't know what the odds were, but I know Edwards was the biggest underdog. You know what I mean? It wasn't even like he had a chance of winning this fight, you know? And when that kick landed, it just showed, bro, like, as much as we repeat ourselves, like, this sport is not predictable. It is unpredictable at the highest of level, and anything can happen at any seconds. And I really thought that sometimes you just watch a fight, you become like, it's like a flow state. You're just watching it and realizing that, okay, this is just going smoothly as expected, but any seconds, anything can happen. And man, Leon showed it, and it's just a different type of Leon. I saw in the MMA Hour, Ariel was talking about this, which is kind of true. I don't know if you guys realize this, but before he got the title shot, he was kind of annoying. He was kind of like, had this weird like attitude, and it felt like he felt salty. You know, he felt salty because he didn't get what he deserved. And for us, we don't understand this because we're not in his shoes. We don't see the work he puts in. We don't see what goes on behind the scene. So we don't really understand. We're just like, shut the fuck up. You didn't beat anybody. Like, you don't deserve this. You don't deserve that. And every time he would go on the mic, he would say, I believe I deserve a title shot. And then not get a title shot. And then get a fight canceled. And then get another fight canceled. And then poke somebody in the eyes and then get a fight no contested. Blah, blah, blah. All this unluckiness happening in his life. And then we kind of just, it is what it is, made fun of him a little bit. And when he won, it felt like all of the emotions were finally able to come out. Like, the pressure was off of his shoulders. And it was inspiring to see. It really was inspiring to see. Like, you can, even if I feel like not a lot of us are the biggest, truest, like, biggest fan of Edwards in any regard. Like, I don't know anybody ever in my life that ever come to me and be like, yo, Leon Edwards is the greatest of all time. I fucking love him to death. I never heard that in my life. I've never heard or seen the biggest Leon Edwards fan in my life. I've heard guys say that, you know, he was good, they like him, blah, 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 but really never heard someone truly adore him. Like, some guys love Masvidal, like some guys love Conor, like some guys love Nate, like some guys love Charles Oliveira now, like some guys love Kamaru, really. The fan base of Edwards wasn't really there as much. And maybe, you know, I live in Canada. Other people, most fans of the UFC live in, you know, United States. There's not that many people that know Leon Edwards over there. Maybe in Birmingham and in the UK, it's different. I can't tell you, you know, my experience over there because I'm not over there. But I just feel like, yeah, the respect wasn't there as much. And now that he's won, it's like even though we don't really love him that much, even though we don't really care that much during his career, we could all kind of relate to his story. And fighting does that. Even though you might not be a fighter, you might be a fighter, whatever, but fighting can be in all aspects of life. You know, you can fight your way through school, fight your way through a system, fight your way through life in so many ways. You know, there's so many examples to go through, and the struggle, setbacks, and unluckiness and stuff like that. A lot of us can relate to that. So when you see a guy like this win, get what he always wanted, and show his raw, true emotions after it, like, you doubted me, but look at me now. Look at where I am now. It's so inspiring. And you can't help yourself but get goosebumps and smile for the guy, to be honest. I guess this is the arch of MMA. You know, some guys, they go up, and then everything that go up must come down. For Kamaru Usman, it is painful. It is brutal. I don't even know how I would take a loss like this. Like, I was dominating the fight. There was 50 seconds left of the fight. Had another title defense. I was about to beat Anderson Silva's record for the most wins in the UFC. Like, most wins in a row. 16 wins in a row. And now this is all gone. And I heard a cool bit from Chaelson where he was saying, like, George St. Pierre kind of had a similar arc where he got beat by Matt Serra, and then it's time to, like, get back up. And we'll see what Kamaru Usman does. It's true. This is an opportunity for Usman to show his colors when you lose as well. You know, your color, your true character gets revealed when you lose. And he seemed in good spirits. He seemed, you know, he congratulated Edwards, and he wasn't like a sore loser in any way. So we gotta tip our hat off to Usman for the way he reacted as well. But damn, this sport is amazing. This is really all I have to say. Let me know what your thoughts are down below. I will catch y'all in the next video. But with that being said, peace out, guys.